Welcome to Hollywood Secrets Information. In this video, we are going to explore the extraordinary life and career of Brigitte Bardot, the French actress, singer, model, and cultural icon who became one of the most recognizable faces of the 1950s and 1960s. From her glamorous rise in European cinema to her transformation into an international celebrity, Bardot's story was filled with fame, controversy, romance, and reinvention. But behind the image of the legendary French bombshell was a woman whose life eventually took a completely different direction. So stay with us as we uncover the remarkable story of Brigitte Bardot. Brigitte Bardot, the rise of a French bombshell. Brigitte Bardot was born on September 28, 1934, in Paris, France, into a middle-class family. From an early age, she showed an interest in ballet, and her graceful appearance eventually opened another door when she began modeling as a teenager. Her beauty quickly attracted attention, and she appeared on the cover of French fashion magazines while still very young. But Bardot's ambitions soon moved beyond modeling. In the early 1950s, she began appearing in films, gradually building a reputation as a fresh and captivating presence on the screen. Her natural style was different from the carefully polished image associated with many actresses of the era. She represented a new kind of youthful confidence, and audiences were fascinated by her. Her international breakthrough came with the 1956 film And God Created Woman, directed by Roger Vadim. Bardot played Juliette Hardy, a young woman whose independence and unconventional personality challenged the expectations of the time. The movie became a major international sensation and transformed Bardot from a promising French actress into a global celebrity. Suddenly, her name was known far beyond France. Photographers followed her, magazines featured her constantly, and she became associated with the glamorous image of the French Riviera and Saint-Tropez. Bardot's influence went beyond cinema. Her hairstyle, fashion, makeup, and relaxed approach to beauty were copied by women around the world. During the late 1950s and 1960s, Bardot appeared in numerous successful films, including La Parisienne, Babette Goes to War, Contempt, Viva Maria, and God Created Woman. She worked with respected directors and leading actors, demonstrating that she was more than simply a glamorous screen presence. Her performances often combined humor, confidence, vulnerability, and rebellious energy. At the height of her fame, Bardot became one of the defining female stars of European cinema. But enormous fame came with a price. Her private life became a constant subject of newspaper headlines, and her relationships were heavily covered by the press. Bardot's image became so powerful that the public often confused the character they saw on screen with the real woman behind it. By the 1960s, she had become not just an actress, but a worldwide symbol of an entire generation. And just when it seemed that her Hollywood-style fame could continue forever, Bardot began questioning the life she had created. Behind the cameras, the constant attention and pressure were becoming increasingly difficult. Her relationship with fame was changing, and eventually, she would make a decision that shocked the entertainment world. From international star to animal rights icon. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, Brigitte Bardot was already a legendary name, but she was becoming increasingly uncomfortable with the demands of celebrity life. Unlike many stars who attempted to remain in the spotlight for as long as possible, Bardot gradually stepped away from acting. She eventually retired from cinema in 1973 at only 39 years old. Her decision was remarkable because she was still one of the most famous women in the world. Instead of continuing to chase fame, Bardot chose an entirely different mission, protecting animals. Her passion for animal welfare became one of the defining chapters of her life. She publicly campaigned against animal cruelty and used her enormous fame to bring attention to the treatment of animals. One of the most memorable moments came in 1977, when she traveled to the Arctic region to campaign against the killing of baby seals. Her activism attracted worldwide attention and demonstrated that the woman once celebrated primarily for her beauty now wanted to be remembered for something much deeper. In 1986, Bardot established the Fondation Brigitte Bardot, dedicated to protecting domestic and wild animals. The organization later became recognized as a major animal protection foundation operating in France and internationally. Over the years, Bardot largely withdrew from the entertainment industry. She no longer wanted her identity to be defined by the glamorous movie star image that had followed her for decades. Instead, she devoted much of her energy to animal protection. Her transformation was extraordinary. The woman once known around the world as the French BombShell had reinvented herself as an outspoken animal rights campaigner. Brigitte Bardot died on December 28, 2025, according to the Fondation Brigitte Bardot. The foundation described her as an internationally recognized actress and singer who eventually dedicated her life and energy to animal protection. In February 2026, the foundation announced that her husband, Bernard Diormale, had been elected its new president as the organization continued her work. Today, Bardot's legacy remains complicated but undeniably powerful. For millions, she remains an unforgettable symbol of European cinema and 1950s and 1960s glamour. For others, her later life is remembered primarily for her decades of animal activism. Her journey from ballet student to fashion model, from international movie star to global cultural icon, and finally to animal rights advocate makes her one of the most fascinating figures of 20th century popular culture. Brigitte Bardot's story reminds us that a person's legacy can evolve in ways nobody expects. She began her journey as a young Parisian dancer and model, became one of the most famous actresses of her generation, and ultimately walked away from the spotlight to dedicate her life to a cause she deeply believed in. From the silver screen to the world of animal protection, Bardot lived several extraordinary lives in one. What do you think was the most important part of Brigitte Bardot's legacy? Her contribution to cinema, her influence on fashion and popular culture, or her work for animals? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through the life of a legendary star, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Secrets Information, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from the world of classic Hollywood and international cinema. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.